Welcome to the second episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we start out with something that I prepared. Tada! We have not only a trailer but also everything preloaded. I try to not go too insane with how many packages and items I have, but I couldn't help it, honestly. So yeah, today we are going to try and deliver everything to the different destinations. And there's gonna be a lot of them. There's a grand total of 30 packages. Oh man. But they all should be going into a similar direction, so I hope this should be working out. To give you guys a bit of a reference, we are over here, just west of Lijo, and the first destination is actually gonna be inside Lijo, so yeah, some of it is a bit more on the shorter side. So let's see how this all works. There are also some really special packages in the back here, which we're likely gonna tackle last on our journey. So yeah, today is just gonna be another cargo delivery, but this time with a trailer attached, with all the packages having an effect on the center of mass and likely also the overall weight of the vehicle, plus also the trailer being a bit funny in some instances. We're gonna have to see how this works out. One major issue that I could already foresee is that the game has a limited amount of markers it can set on the map. So with us having 30 packages, while some of them go in the same direction and same location, especially when it comes to residential stuff, some of it will likely only be appearing later down the line. So maybe in the end we are going to see that there might have been another drop-off point in Lijo that I completely missed, and I don't even know what's going on right here. Also, I want to be honest to you guys, and this is gonna be likely a major talking point about this entire episode here, and also gonna affect how I'm going to be treating this series going forward. I'm terrible at doing let's plays, especially starting this whole series. I noticed just that it's really not coming to me naturally. I'm kind of using this to also improve myself, to talk a bit more, do a few things, and really not just be quiet until something significant happens, because that would make for quite boring videos. But I'm noticing how, especially on the longer ones, I sometimes just trail off. I cannot follow through with my train of thought too well, and sometimes I just completely stumble over my words. So to get back to the main point, the thing that I really want to be honest here is that this is not the same save file, character, vehicle, whatever that you saw in the first video. After the first one, I went on a multi-hour long recording spree, and it turned out that most, if not all of those videos were kinda really not going too well. After the first one, I had over an hour of doing this kind of transportation here, just yeah, deliveries with my pickup and the trailer, and it kinda got to the point where I thought, yeah, the second episode of that really shouldn't have happened, but I recorded it anyways, and it just didn't really pan out. And then in the later ones, I also kind of got tired, but still wanted to continue playing, and I just completely jumbled way too many words. Really didn't do anything good there, and in the end, I ended up deleting that and just recreating the save file, getting back up to the point at which I left off in the first episode. So this is what you are going to see now, and me continuing from that. I think what I have to learn from that is to try and keep the episodes a bit shorter. 30 minutes for one of the showcase things for Railroads Online is kind of fine for me, because at that point I have a lot of things to talk about. I just need to figure out how to really put everything into one video, while with this more live let's play kind of thing, I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about regarding the game itself, but there's also a lot of silent moments and just driving around to be filled up in some way. I don't want to just completely ramble on and ramble, even though that's right now what I'm kind of doing. But if I was just to stay quiet all the time, it wouldn't make for a good video in my opinion either. Some people might prefer it, but yeah, that's not the content that I'm about. So I'd have to find a decent middle ground, maybe put myself some, or prepare some topics to talk about. This kind of thing could work out. But yeah, it's weird. So yeah, I'm just constantly keeping an eye on the horizon to make sure that I reach all the markers. There are at least 2 others in the town here, so should definitely take care of that. And at least there are a few items that go to the same spot, and that means that yeah, we are getting rid of quite a few of them. It would be way too much if it was like 30 different locations for all the 30 items here. And yeah, if by the end of this town we have multiple items floating around, I might just quickly get out of the car and reseat them. Yeah, but yeah, one other location over here. Yeah, that gets rid of that floater. So yeah, what else did I want to talk about this video apart from my struggles with this whole thing, and maybe I should also clarify about why I'm kind of struggling with this thing, apart from me not being the biggest talker just straight out of the gate. Well, there's also of course the thing about me being German and trying to speak English. But the past few years have been kinda rough. In 2022, September, I got Corona. So I don't know if any of the long-term effects of that play into this. I mean, I had my fair share of issues before that. But also especially the time after that, for about a year, things have been immensely stressful and taxing. So that might be another thing that kinda got me yeah, into trouble. Also, I'm getting old. Might be another factor. There might be multiple things coming together, but sometimes I'm really feeling it. And yeah, in light of all those larger YouTubers just retiring and that thing, I don't really feel it to that degree because I'm not really full-time or anything. I'm just doing my thing as it is here, but I can definitely attest to some of the stuff getting a bit tougher to do if you're getting older. And yeah, especially if you are washed up like me and don't really do those things consistently anyways. Okay, coming up to the next zone, and I don't know if this is... Oh, there's already another marker in that direction, so that might be something that I missed out on. Yeah, I don't know if this is all the markers that I should be having here. We could have a look around and see if there are more active drop-off spots, and see how that all goes. Should be easy to identify them. Also should be easy to get stuck in the ditch here. Now that guy just seems to be a hitchhiker. They're not taking any of those. Yeah, this could be another one. Doesn't seem to be taking anything. So my tactic here is, if there's only a few items left in the end, I might just despawn them. There's a way to despawn the trailer once you have done everything And if you have any cargo on that, that's just gonna be deleted as well. Oh, those are a few packages. But yeah, as it is, it doesn't seem like I can do much else here. If there's a significant amount of items left, I might go back around, especially after the episode is done, but right now I don't really have any plans for that. Let me just check the map. Okay, I need to go over there. I might as well take the dirt road. The game doesn't usually recommend that, because it's also taking into account the different speed limits on the different roads. So even though the other way around would be longer, it's also on the faster road, so that might be alright. But then again, I don't really care too much about the speed limit. Renegade for life here. But yeah, with how I lined up everything, it should be quite alright. Did I just... no. I didn't just pass my turn over there. Should be the next one coming up. Okay, still only the other one behind me. But I guess that's just gonna be what it is right now. And there's the turn coming up. I also like how the trailer, of course, has the same lights as the car. I mean, it's connected, so if I use the indicator, the trailer indicates as well. It's kind of what you expect from it. But with this game being early access and all that, I think that's worth pointing out that it's actually functional. And yeah, this is feeling a bit spicy with the trailer behind me on the dirt road. Still, I'm gonna try to not be too slow. And yeah, we are coming by this farm over here. Seems like an apple farm or something. Or oranges, I don't know. And going straight towards the next fishing town. Feels like the police car over there is waiting for me to just make a mistake and mess up so they can find me, but well, if you're just gonna stay there in the middle of the road, I'm gonna drive around you. The AI really needs a bit more love in this game. It would be more immersive if they were driving a bit better and also, yeah, not completely slowing you down all the time. Whoop, almost spun out. But yeah, to talk a bit more about some bigger topics. Right now I'm still doing some deliveries, but I think once we are done with those here in the episode, we are not gonna deal with cargo for at least a while. There are of course a lot of different subsections for cargo delivery, like fuel, milk, and also other different things. There's an entire system with different supply chains here. They are not quite as long as in Railroads Online, but there are definitely a lot of goods that can be produced if you supply stuff to the right factory. But that also usually requires a semi truck in order to make it worthwhile. So that would be quite a ways off. There's also gonna be a lot of intermediate things, because after all we need cargo level in order to get to the other things to begin with. So yeah, I don't really know how I want to tackle all of that, but we'll find out eventually. There's also some cargo that doesn't have the whole scaling mechanic, which I'm kind of looking forward to getting into, although I have to say, especially on my first character that I ever made for the game, I kind of overdid that particular one. So we'll have to see how I'm gonna do that. There are some really efficient ways of making money, but I don't want to overdo that too much because otherwise it's just gonna be that one thing that's gonna get real boring real quick. Okay, only a few items left here. It's looking all pretty nice. So I know that the fuse boxes are all going to Gangyang, so that's the starter town. And yeah, I guess the oranges is likely the one cave that we forgot. The rest of the small boxes in the back here, that's actually something quite special, and we'll get to that after we visit Gangyang. I can also show you guys how to get rid of a trailer at that point. But first up we'll have to reach the next town. That should also make the car far less sluggish once we finally don't have to deal with the trailer anymore. Anyways, when it comes to the next few episodes, since I already kinda played ahead and yeah, I really shouldn't have done at that point. I know by now that in order to do tow trucking, I need to get driver level 10, because that's the level required to even get into the entry vehicle. And yeah, I'm likely still quite a ways off from that. Also at driver level 10 I can finally make my own company, allowing me to make custom bus routes. And it's kind of fun. It's a nice little puzzle thing, but also having a decent bus route is far more effective than what the game gives you by default. And that can help both with especially the early game buses, the ones that don't have too many seats, as you can make things where you just loop back to a major terminal, allowing you to drop off a lot of people rather quickly, and not driving around with your bus being full half the time, as when there's no way for other people to get in there, you're not really making any more money from them. Oh, also it's kinda getting nighttime by now. And yeah, for longer distance travels, there's also a few interesting routes to be made, especially with the new island that we got recently. I think that island might be worth a visit soonish. I don't know. I have to see about that. Anyways, I've been talking about all the jobs that I cannot do currently. So mainly tow trucking and bus driving. And since I don't want to make too many episodes about just cargo transportation, what really does that leave us with? You're gonna have to see in the next episode, but I have some kind of exciting plans. Right now I'm just gonna take all the boxes and put them into the actual pickup instead of the trailer, because that trailer is gonna go bye-bye in a moment. And the boxes are thankfully small enough that I don't really need to do much stacking here. I just need to put them all in here. I could also see if there's any more cargo going to the same specific location in this warehouse here. Might as well take them along if I can. But first up, let's get rid of the trailer. So I'm just gonna reverse it into a parking lot until that shines up green. Or lights up green like that. Gonna select the trailer, the spawn vehicle, and that one gone. So let's check for more boxes towards the Anson race car factory. And yeah, you heard me correctly there. It's a race car factory. And it's functional. And yes, you need to supply that thing with parts in order to get a race car out of it, which you can then purchase and drive around. It's kind, it's not really the thing that I've been looking forward to for this point, because that car also costs about 100k if I remember correctly. So that's gonna be a more major thing to do later down the line, but these boxes, they are not always easy to find, especially if you're just looking to get everything going. So I might as well take what I have right here and drive it over there. Also showing off a bit of a different area of the map. And I'm definitely glad that I got rid of the trailer for this, because this makes everything just at least a tiny bit faster. Also theoretically I would need to be careful about the police at this point, because there's I think 3 major ways of how to get caught out by the police. First up is going over the speed limit of different roads by more than 20 kilometers per hour. Everything below that you're fine. And yeah, the second one is just staying on the wrong side of the road for a while. Third one would be to cause a collision, and if the police catches you doing anything like that, they are gonna mark you down and gonna try to stop you. Which is kinda fair enough, but yeah, I'm gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna keep on driving. And if I get chased by the police, I'll just try to shake them. Won't be the easiest thing in this little truck right here, but it shouldn't be impossible. Also considering how low my fuel gets right now, I think I better take a quick stop over here, refuel, and also finally repair my damaged truck here. After all, it shouldn't really cost me anything. Oop. Yeah, vehicle owner will pay the bill. So let's just get the fuel tank full once more. And then restore the vehicle itself real quick. And yeah, I really only need to repair the body. I'm gonna do it with the mouse. I play on controller, but some of the menus are kind of weird to navigate using that. Definitely some stuff that could be improved in the future, but right now, well, I'm playing on the computer anyways. I don't think there's even any console version of this to begin with, so it's working fine. Just gonna turn left here. And there we go. Leaving Jeju Island for Ansan, and thankfully they put the island a bit closer to this one with one of the recent updates. It used to be very far away, felt like a 5-minute trip getting there, but now it's thankfully at least a little bit closer. Also, they have been reworking how the whole highway looks and works. Like, it used to be very flat for the most part, and now there's this part going up and also the off-ramp in a moment. Because initially, for the longest time, this whole highway would just go straight over the island, and yeah, I'm gonna show you what I mean in a moment. So the highway I just came off of, that used to just be a connection to right here, and yeah, this just used to be part of a highway, and now it's a separate road up there. So I think that's a bit of an improvement. But the devs have already said that what they've done here is still a bit of a temporary measurement, and they might be doing things different in the future. So yeah, also kind of looking forward to that. This already is quite the improvement, and I'm really interested in finding out what they got cooking. Anyways, we are here at the Anston Speedway and also the race car factory. So let's just drop off the boxes right here. And we can also check the interface here. So how does it work again? Oh yeah. We have required and what the factory will produce. This over here is the how much it has in stock currently, and also the overall capacity. And in order to make one Formula SCM, the factory needs 2 small boxes, which we just delivered more than twice the amount of. 6 box pallet A. We need a semi-truck for that, I'm pretty sure, or at least decently sized hauler, and that's gonna take a while. And 2 containers, at which point, yeah, that's definitely a semi-job. So that's gonna be for way later down the line, and in my opinion, the race car, it's amazing. It's like a Formula Ford style thing, so open wheeler in the general style of a Formula 1 car, if you only know those. But much more simple, much more slow, and doesn't even have spoilers, so very low end entry level car. But again, for us right now, it's 100k. It's gonna take forever to get that money, and I don't know what you can do with that car in terms of racing, but it's not really useful for anything else, so wouldn't really go for that right now. It's a goal for later down the line, but right now, yeah, I just delivered the crates or the boxes because I can, but we are not gonna really dip into this whole thing for quite a while. Anyways, that's gonna be it from my end for this episode. Next one will definitely be something else. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.